What up, my people, and welcome to the National Review, powered by Football University. I am your official voice of youth and high school sports, Chad Ricardo, and we got a heck of a show for you here today. Joining me in just a few is going to be one of the top young student athletes in the nation. He goes by the name of Christian Rawlings, and we got an exclusive sit-down interview with team director of FBU National Championship contender, Team Virginia, Mr. Jawan Banks. First though, we're going to start off in the Northeast. Listen, here at the National Review All-American Games, we are dedicated to providing positive exposure and experiences for student athletes all across the nation. The Northeast, the National Review just got a new team member. Joining me now, Penn State alum, broadcast journalist, resident rock star, Ms. Macy Golden. Macy, allow me to be the first to officially welcome you to FBU camps, to All-American Games, the All-American Bowl, and more specifically, the National Review.
First of all, thank you. I'm so excited to work with you, All-American Games, all the students, parents, coaches. This is going to be such a fun journey of learning, endless talent, and tons of football.
You have an extensive background in sports. You are a graduate of the Penn State University. You are a broadcast journalist, like I said, member of the Maxwell Football Club, and you've worked in the professional sports arena with my New York Football Giants. What else have you done thus far in your career?
I have been lucky enough to cover many different sports such as hockey and baseball and all levels of football, including high school for Suburban One Sports, college football. I'm passionate about the Big Ten, covering Rutgers and Penn State, and arena football and the NFL, but I don't necessarily call those accomplishments, Chad. Those are all things that continue to pave the path for me, but what I have accomplished is this amazing network of people who I have met and worked with to make all of these things possible. A network in which never stops growing.
If you had to single this down, who has been your biggest and or most interesting interview to date?
I would say Nick Saban or Roger Staubach. With Coach Saban, Alabama told me I had 30 seconds, not a second more. I panicked with my lineup of questions. I took the first one, threw the question at him, and his response was over a minute and 30 seconds. In my head, I was counting and waiting for them to pull him out of the interview. I mean, after all, the man did have a flight to catch, but interviewing Roger Staubach was so educational, someone who has literally watched the game of football grow over so many years, and his experience and knowledge is unlike any other.
Nick Saban, that's actually pretty dope, man. Macy, I need you to hold tight for just a second. We're going to take a break. Back for more. It's the review.
Drive home safely. See you next season. American Bowl is brought to you by Football University. FBU, bringing former NFL coaches and players from all around the country.
This is the National Review. I'm your official voice of youth and high school sports, Chad Ricardo. That's my new team member, Miss Macy Golder. We got FBU camps on the horizon in the Northeast. We got New Jersey, we got Philly, Connecticut, and Boston. Shout out to my main man, Tom McGuire. Getting back to you, Macy. So you said Nick Saban. That was all very cool. Like we said, you've also worked on the professional level as well. What brings you to the National Review, focusing on high school and youth student athletes?
Yeah, this is where the game begins. For most college level or professional athletes, after a while you start to count down the number of games they have left, and with the youth, you look at their potential and the number of games they still have to be played. The biggest reward of youth sports is seeing them grow into these players, watching them go from boys to young men to gentlemen, and the reward of following their career is honestly unlike any other.
Northeast camps going down in May and June. If we can get the map back up on the screen there we go. We take a look at those dates. Macy, you're going to be joining the FBU camp circuit. As of this point, what camps will you be attending?
Northeast, I'm coming for you. I will be kicking my tour off in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, but I will be adding many more to my list. If you're tuning in, tweet us and tell us where you think I should head to next.
I'm going to get you out of here on this. It'd be great if every organization, if every individual out there truly worked in youth and high school sports for the right reasons, which is, of course, the student athletes. Unfortunately, that's just not the case. What I want to ask you is this. For every parent, every student athlete out there that's going to meet you at a camp, that's going to follow you on Twitter, who is Macy Golder? And more importantly, why should they trust you to elevate and place their student athletes under the right light?
Building trust and communication and relationships are the most important fundamentals you will ever learn in life. I want to make an impact on every parent, every player, and every coach to make sure that they trust me, they're able to communicate with me, and able to keep that relationship with me. You are not just another interview to me, you are a conversation that turns into you becoming part of my network. By getting to know everyone personally, I will provide you with that platform to help you get to the next level.
Macy Golder, ladies and gentlemen, National Review All-American Games team member. She's going to be seeing you at a Northeast FBU camp coming up soon. Speaking of the student athletes though, bro, Christian Rawlins, big time. He's the real deal. He is, of course, of Team Maryland and of the Maryland Heat under the guise of head coach Terrence Bird. This young man is dynamic on both the offensive and defensive side of the ball. He's a playmaker. He gets it done. And he's now my guest. Christian, I really can't say enough positive things about your game, bro. It is absolutely a pleasure of mine to be able to watch you grow and develop. As of right now, what would you say are the strongest aspects of your game?
Best parts of my game is when I run the ball, I'm on defense, my special moves, and I can kill anybody with it.
You have all the talent in the world, bro. I know that you're always working on your technique as well. FBU coach Lamont Jordan, you spend a ton of time with him. Lamont Jordan, of course, formerly University of Maryland star, NFL star. What would you say that you have learned from Coach Jordan?
I learned a lot. He taught me how to do my cuts better, how to move the ball better, and he's just an amazing coach.
FBU Camp Northern Virginia going down on June the 16th and 17th. I'll get you out of here on this, Christian. A young man that is as special as you and will continue to be that knows that he has to continue working on his game, continue getting better. Where would you like to see your game improve? How are you going to work to get better?
I want to improve my game by working out every day, grades, books, all of that.
Christian Rawlins, thank you very much for stopping by the review, bro.
Thank you.
That's my main man. GYFL opening up their doors coming up on the 29th at the University of Maryland. Christian Rawlins, he's going to be there. You know who else is going to be there? Juwan Banks, coach of the Metro VA Raiders and team director of Team Virginia, FBU National Championship contender. He joins the review next for an explosive and exclusive sit-down interview.
1, 2, 3, FB, you know! I want to find out how good I am. Yes, sir! If you relax, you get blown out. Let's get it done! Let's get it done!
What can you take advantage of right now?
Again, come on. I can push myself way beyond what you think.
Pressure technique. Bring it back.
FBU camp rolls into Northern Virginia on June the 16th and the 17th. I'm going to be there. A ton of student athletes going to be there as well, and so will my next guest, this head coach of the Metro VA Raiders, as well as the team director of Team Northern Virginia FBU National Championship contender. It is my very distinguished pleasure to welcome Coach Juwan Banks. Juwan, I'm going to go ahead and get you started here, bro, because I'm a VA kid as well. I'm from down there in the 757. If we want to keep it real, there are a lot of people out there, when they talk about sports in the region, they speak about Maryland, they speak about DC, they look at VA as kind of their little brother. Is that the case? How do you feel about that type of sentiment?
Oh, man, football in Virginia has always been strong, man. I think you don't really see too much about it in this, in the metropolitan area versus, everywhere else, because, the metropolitan area is more heavily dominated by private schools. But we've had a lot of talented teams and talented players come from, Northern Virginia. Last few years, man, we had Tilly, 3-time state champion. Before them, they had the Hiltons and the Robinsons, and always had a good legacy of good football players.
And of course, student athletes such as the Ricky Slade, such as the Blake Corms, like those are VA boys. Those are young men that you've had hands in over the years as well.
It was a pleasure to have both of those guys playing, back-to-back years in our program, with the Manassas community, man. So you can't ask for anything else better than that, you know what I mean?
That's what's up, bro. So, of course, you have the Team VA FBU National Championship squad. You also have the Metro VA Raiders. The GYFL season starts on the 29th. You all finished very strong last year. What should we expect out of your team this coming spring tackle season?
Spring-wise, man, our JV team, our 7th grade team, is going to be real strong, man. We're looking to repeat. Last year they was the spring 6th grade champion, so it's going to be a lot of good competition, man, with the Heat and the DMV Academy and the rest of the team just coming in. But fall-wise, man, we're building something. Right now, I think we're transforming over from AYF, and we got a lot of kids coming over this year, just to get that, that different feel, that different competition, man. So our fall team is going to look pretty strong. We open up preseason action beginning of August against, the nationally known San Antonio Outlaws. September we're driving down to play the Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes, Lauderdale Panthers, which is coached by Coach Chris. And then, can't forget about the strong, GYFL league. So it's going to be tough.
Let's get deep here, bro, because this is something I've been wanting to speak to you personally about. Now, you also have a 7-on-7 squad in addition to your tackle football teams. There's a huge debate brewing out there between 7-on-7 coaches and more traditional coaches about how good 7-on-7 or how beneficial it truly is for the student athletes.
Man, I get asked this question all the time. Chad, it's crazy. 7-on-7, and I tell people all the time, 7-on-7 is so beneficial for these young kids that people don't even know it, to be honest with you, Chad. We've seen kids that consistently got better in the offseason using the tool of 7-on-7, getting their footwork right, just learning how to cover receivers because, you got to think, you really seldom don't see that much passing in youth league.
Right.
So now they, especially when my 8th graders come out there and they start to, understand coverages and actually really physically learn how to run a route, different concepts and stuff like that they would normally find, see in a game. And it just prepares them for that next, high school level. From the travel side, man, when, for 4 or 5 years now, man, we've just been, traveling to Florida. I tell people all the time, and my kids really benefited from last year. I mean, we went to Florida about 2 or 3 times last year, man. And like my kids came back and told me after from January to May, just running with those kids from South Florida, Alabama, Texas, Louisiana, coming back up here, it seemed like the game just slowed down for them. And they all had great freshman and sophomore seasons last year. And it really helped them, playing 7-on-7.
That's what's up, bro. I actually couldn't have said that better myself. FBU camp going down on June the 16th and the 17th. Juwan, I'm going to get you out of here on this, bro. This is the National Review, so we got to keep it real. On a local and regional level, the youth football scene has experienced a split, its second major split, at least in the last 5 years or so here. From your perspective, from a coach's perspective, even from a parent's perspective, what's your take, what's your opinion on the overall state of football and relationships here in the DMV?
To me, Chad, man, I think it's just getting out of hand from a coaching standpoint. Got to keep up with the blogs, all these million Facebook groups. I think we're spending more time as coaches worrying about trying to win a championship and developing talent.
Wow.
And from the parents' perspective, it's getting to a point where 10, 15, or even up to 5 or 6 years ago, it's kind of like getting to collegiate sports. There really isn't no true loyalty. You really seldom see kids start when they're in the same league from 6 and finish all the way out like you used to in the past.
Right.
And then it's too also from the parents' perspective is we gotta get as much attention on our kid because we gotta get attention on social media. Chad, the truth. I got little Johnny got to score a touchdown because I gotta be able to post it on social media.
That's real.
Little Johnny has to be the man because I gotta post it on social media. kids are not being developed now because, you know, we're worried about, you know, stuff that we really shouldn't be worried about. And then, you know, when we get to that next level, that high school level, because we've been going from place to place, or what we call, quote unquote, chasing championships, there's not that stability and there's not that it factor there. How can we tell these kids, you know, when you go to high school for 4 years, you got to be with one coach, when he's been in youth league for 8 years, and he's been with 5 different coaches.
That's real. That's real. Look, we gotta promote the idea of parents wanting the kids on social media. You're gonna put me out of a job, bro.
I hope he's in a positive aspect, but, you know, what you're doing, you know, not a negative.
Absolutely. Juwan Banks, thank you very much for stopping by the review, bro.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. He is, of course, head coach, Metro VA Raiders, as well as team director of Team Northern Virginia, FBU National Championship contender. That's going to do it for today's show. I want to give a huge thanks to all of my guests for the day. Of course, Christian Rollins, dynamic student athletes. Look forward to seeing him again soon. My new teammate, Miss Macy Golder. She's going to be at FBU camps in the Northeast soon. Check her out. And of course, Coach Juwan Banks. I am your official voice of youth and high school sports. I'm Chad Ricardo. Happy birthday, Mom.